Welcome. This is Ready Player Dave, and today we're going to be talking about For the King, one of these games I absolutely love. This is my Blacksmith guide. So what is the Blacksmith and For the King? Well, I think it could be played in two different ways. One is just kind of a thumper, somebody that can take a two-handed weapon and do a lot of damage. But I think primarily the Blacksmith was made to tank. So what is a tank? Well, in this case, they've set up this character to take a lot of damage. She starts off the game with a lot of vitality, which is depicted with the heart. And she also starts off with a lot of strength, which is depicted with the little muscle sign. So she starts off with these very, very strong things. So like I said, she can be kind of alternate between the two. But I think primarily she was built to be a tank because of an ability called Steady. What does Steady do? It's a random event that, in essence, if she is taking a hit, she may be able to just null all the damage. It's called Steadfast when that occurs. Her gear can be aligned, I think, with vitality and also with strength. But I think the more vitality, the more health you have, the more damage you can take. You can see right here that I'm taunting, and this ogre is going to slam right into me. But because of all the armor and the vitality that I have, I'm all good. Another point, if you are taking the Blacksmith into the fight as a tank, you want to make sure that you've got a shield. A shield with damage reflection. There is also pieces of gear within the game that actually have damage reflection too. Why is that? Well, the reason that is that you can only, when your turn comes up, you have an option to either taunt or to strike. Unlike the busker can actually attack and slow at the same time. The tank cannot do this, or I should say the Blacksmith cannot do this. But the advantage is if you are taunting and you have damage reflection, when that person is attacking you, you can actually do damage to them. Also, the other thing to consider is some of the other weaker characters, I shouldn't say weaker, but some of the other characters can boost and give health to the Blacksmith. So what are the pros of being a Blacksmith? Well, you get to protect everybody in your party. You take the majority of the damage. You actually kind of nullify a lot of problems for a lot of the other characters. Say some of the other characters are more or less like glass cannons. They can't really take a hit like the Blacksmith. So I think that's the hugest advantage. And of course, I think in the long run, when you're going for that final dungeon, you will need a taunter, somebody that has a lot of health, and somebody that can take a lot of damage and damage off the other characters. So what are the cons? What are the things that are not great about the Blacksmith? Well, the biggest issue is that the Blacksmith is slow. Her speed is very slow, and so some of these other faster enemies that come in there can get a strike in before you can get a taunt off. The other issue, too, is that taunt takes up an entire turn. I wish you could taunt and attack at the same time, but that's not the nature of the business here. The other thing is that taunt doesn't last more than just one turn. I wish it lasted more turns. And, of course, you've got to have that damage reflection gear. If you don't, well, you're just not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. All right, well, that is the pros and the cons. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, please just give me a like. If you like it even more, give me a subscription. I've got more videos to come. Thank you. This is Ready Player Dave. Please enjoy your time for the King.